What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a Starlink video. Today we're going to be trying Starlink with 100+ devices connected to it, as well as connecting Google Wi-Fi to Starlink. So we'll see how well it works. And when I say 100+ devices, let me show you. Chromecasts, cameras, power outlets, all my light switches in my house, Wi-Fi, assistant devices, Google Home display screens, VoIP system, my alarm system, computers, and phones, gaming systems, clocks, thermostat, Philip Hughes, my doorbell, and my door lock, garage door, even my barbecue, and of course my car. Needless to say, I have a lot of devices, and up until this point I've only tested maybe 5 to 10 on Starlink at any given time. Today is the day we're going to hook up everything, and we're going to see how well it performs or doesn't perform, and we'll go from there. Alright, so when I did my Starlink setup video, it was originally over here. I've since moved it up over there, which I get really good coverage and signal from, and I have relocated the cord to go inside where all my Google Wi-Fi is hooked up. So we're all ready to go. The next step is to wire it all up, which should be fairly simple, assuming I don't mix up the colors again like I did in my startup video. Okay, you can see Starlink is connected, and you can also see my front puppy, who always likes to be in my videos. Right, Joey? One device. There is one downside to this. I will not be able to see it through the Starlink app itself, and I will show you why. So, you have this box here, which is plugged in and powered from this side, and on this side you have two cables. The black cable goes from the actual dish itself, from the outside to here, and then the white cable is connected to the router Cybertruck looking thing that they give you. So for this to work, we have to unplug the router that they give you, which is over here. We're going to plug in an Ethernet cable from here, and we are going to connect it to my Google Wi-Fi. It just happens to work out that every device that runs through my modem runs through one single cable all the way to Google Wi-Fi. It's just how I have my network configured. Alright, so in terms of setup, it's very simple. Instead of plugging the cable that comes from the dish, my front puppy wants to play. Joey, stop, go away, it's not time to play. So I took the cable that runs from the power adapter here, and instead of plugging into their router, I plugged this directly into my Google Wi-Fi. And Bandit says, oh, it's play time. All right, I'm here to play too. We move up over here, we can see we're going to go to fast.com, and we will see the speed. If you guys noticed before, a couple of videos ago, I was getting like 60 or 70, where now, because all my devices, the whole 100+ are connected, my download speed is dropped down substantially, and I don't know if that's because of the mass number of devices that I have connected or not. And you can see the upload speed is also lower because of all the different things that are uploading and downloading currently, which I will show you in the Google Wi-Fi app, because the Starlink app does not work anymore. So give me a second and I will show you that. Alright, so now that he's calmer, don't want to jinx it, you can see the Starlink app shows connect to Starlink, so you can't actually use the Starlink app if you're using your own mesh network. But once again, it's as simple as just changing the white wire. Instead of connecting to their router, you're connecting to your own mesh network. And in my case, I am opting for Google Wi-Fi. So you can test your internet speed here, you can do a network check, so on and so forth. All my devices are connected still. There seems to be no drop in terms of devices connected. I have not received any email notices or alerts, because I have email notices and alerts on pretty much every device. So if anything does go down, I am notified, and that has not happened. I've had everything connected to it for the last like maybe 10 minutes as I was setting up to do this kind of stuff for you guys, and no problems. So Let me do the network check here, and then I will show you guys all the devices connected, and we'll go from there. And the download speed is substantially faster than the one I did on my computer. So it has jumped back up, and the upload speed, though, is still much slower than what I had from a few weeks ago when I set this all up initially and did my initial startup video. So it is working well and better than my old internet. All right, so here's my device list, and you can see them all connected still, all working fine, all green, no downtime, no problems at all. So for those who are wondering, Starlink does work with 100+ devices. I have on average like 70 connected to my network right now. I boosted the number up a little bit just to do this test, but no problems at all, and Starlink is working great. The downside is if you're using your own mesh network, this becomes a paperweight. I will be back in a few hours. I'm going to leave it running, and then I'll give you guys like a follow-up if anything drastic happened over the last couple hours, especially with those like spikes of downtime and stuff like that, like you saw with the gaming video I did. And if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. But give me a few hours and we'll be back. All right, so it's been a few hours. I want to give you guys my overview. Before I do that, I want to show you the download and upload speed now versus what it was before. The download speed is higher on my laptop. The upload speed is still fairly low. That is because of the mass amount of uploading that my cameras are doing constantly all the time. So you can see the number down here. It's like 5.6, which is much lower than if I had only a couple of devices connected. And again, it's my cameras. They just upload constantly all the time. There's a dozen of them. They chew through bandwidth. So I want to show this, that having that number of devices does affect the speed a little bit. And this is what I'm getting with like 100 devices. Something else I want to talk about is Nest cameras. So you can see here I have some of my cameras up, and one of my buddies who has a Nest system as well said that his cameras take a very long time to load. In terms of like if he clicks in here, for example, it'll take a long time to load up the live view of the camera, where I haven't really experienced that. As you can see, it loaded pretty fast. There has been times where it's lagging, and it has been choppy in terms of me loading it, because I've played around with this, quite a bit off camera just to see. But for the most part, it works pretty well, and it records and uploads everything without any hiccups. The one thing to keep in mind is if you are using this system and you're experiencing maintenance downtime for whatever reason, like Starlink maintenance downtime, and you need something from your camera at that exact moment, chances are you are going to miss it, which is unfortunate. But for the most part, I'm pretty impressed with how well this is working, especially when you consider how many devices I have connected currently. So that is my review. It's still working. It's still working great. The only downside, I can no longer use this cool router that they give you, and instead I have to use my Google Wi-Fi, so I can't access the Starlink app. I can't see downtime and all that sort of stuff. But other than that, everything is working as it should be. On the plus side, if you want to change your like Wi-Fi network name or Wi-Fi password, I couldn't do it through any sort of GUI interface. They don't have like a router interface. I couldn't access anything. So if you want to change anything, you have to like hard reset it. So it's not like this is overly advanced or anything. You're not really missing out on any features. So if you have a mesh network, it will work just fine. Just plug in this cable and away you go. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. That is all my devices connected, and if you did, make sure to leave a like because it will help me. Make sure to drop a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you have Starlink, if you're in queue. Just what do you think? And make sure to subscribe for more content. Most importantly, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. What? He's mad because I didn't play with him. All for your content. Subscribe.